What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. You too can be great. This is the Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3, Episode 14, Reunion Part 2. Child, this unit was off the chain. I was very happy. They brought the drama all the way to the end, and I was very, very excited that this is how Miami came back with a kick. Claudia Jordan also did a very good job in hosting the show, and I was very happy about that. This particular episode started where it left off. You know, Trina's out here cussing everybody out, and then Nikki Natural. That girl, I know she's scary because she had a lot of mouth behind bars in the confession, not in the confession when she was talking to Kendall. She had a lot of mouth. She said Trick and Trina are the king and queen. Trick and Trina are the king and queen crabs of Atlanta, right? She said it behind closed doors, and that's what tipped Trina off because she felt like she was being disrespected to the umpteenth power, right? So she's basically bum rushing the door, having all these security guards around her talking about open the motherfucking door, bitch, come out here, it's gonna beat your ass because you talk too damn much with that braces in your mouth. But Nikki Natural stayed in there, and she was over there smiling. I'm thinking, when you had all these mouth in her face, you were out here throwing, was it a towel at the camera at the pool when they had the whole meeting and everything, when you were trying to beg her to be on her tour after Trick vouched for you. You had all these things to say. Now that she's in front of you and she's telling you to come out, why didn't you come out? Why don't you face the king and queen of crabs like you said? But she stayed in there, and then Trina ended up getting so pissed off she was going to leave the reunion. Bobby decides to chase her out, and he's outside with an umbrella talking about Trina don't go. Like, what the hell? Is it that serious? But I guess he convinced her to come back, and so she ended up coming back, but she stayed in the back probably to cool off. Then we got Sukihana, Bobby, and Chameleon and the Hood Brat. They're talking about their situation as the next scene. Y'all remember when they went to that country club and they walked in and all they had was all these white folks out here, and Sukihana, her ghetto self, decided to say something with the N-word in it, and they're looking at her in shock at first because Alvin kept telling them that he could plan, you know, their entire show. He can get them into a good hotel, but he got them some Roach Motel, and then he said that, well, y'all think you too good to stay in a motel, but it was a motel that looked like my body would get infected just by walking into it without even touching anything. I didn't want to be in that damn motel, but he ended up doing a horrible job, and Miami Tip was laughing when they told her that that's who they were going to try out. So they were talking about that show, and what I got out of it was that they did what they felt they were there to do. They were there to perform, they performed, but then Sukihana and had something that happened that was brought up by Claudia, because I guess one of the white folks in that bar, in that country bar, decided that she was going to recite the lyrics to a song that had the N-word in it. And she felt like she was comfortable enough to say it, and Sukihana took offense to it and went after her. And Claudia asked several good questions that I felt like need to be talked about. She said, do you think it's appropriate for somebody to be using that word without even though there's a history behind it that most of us don't even talk about anymore, because it's been 400 years and then some change? Nobody wants to discuss how that word even came into place. People are trying to use it, and now white folks are starting to pick it up. Everybody getting passes these days for calling black folks niggas. Like, what the hell? They're calling white, I mean, hell, it's crazy, but they brought it up, and Sukihana said that she don't care, that she will attack every single person that feels necessary outside of the black race to say that. Then we got Miami Tip that made a point saying, well, if it's such a hard thing to say, don't add it to your lyrics. That's a good point too. And then Shay said, well, there are people who use it as a term of endearment, which I agree. A lot of black folks took the word back and decided they were going to use it as a term of endearment to amongst themselves, to constantly remind them of the history that came with that word, so we never forget what happened and what our ancestors had to go through for us to be where we're at. At the same time, there's a little bit of derogatory term that comes along with it. When you hear the one with the A at the end, you instantly think of the one with the ER at the end. To me, I think of it the same way. For me, I don't particularly use the word, but there are other people who choose to use it. Do I feel like it's okay for some white person to come at me and talk to me like that? When you don't know me, you have not felt any of the struggles that I'm still going through today. You will never be in the same position I'm in. This entire system is designed for you to prosper and for me to fail. Do I feel it's comfortable for you to come at me like that just because you hear some song lyrics? Hell no. That's how I feel, because I personally don't use it. I can't speak for everybody else who chooses to. However they choose to handle their past or their history and deal with the atrocities that we have to deal with on a daily basis, that's their choice. But for me, no ma'am. You cannot say those words to me, lyrics or not. Then we got Amara asked the same thing. Should they self-edit when they speak and use, you know, and quote lyrics and stuff like that? Amara did not answer the question at all. She just went into her history and how she feels like she's black like everybody else, but because she's Afro-Latina, and she's dark complected, when she's with the Latina group, they don't accept her. When she's with the black group, they don't accept her. So she just elaborated to us the difficulties of what she had to deal with colorism. That's basically what it is when you're trying to differ, make somebody seem either black or lighter than what they are. And she kind of just threw that in there, but I didn't feel like she answered the damn question. Then we got Briscoe Cello and his uniting with his family. Now y'all know that Briscoe was full of shit. Him and his biscuit teeth was full of shit, because every time that he was sitting here talking about Cello, I've changed. He showed her this expensive ass house that I'm not sure he could have afforded, because he said that he went to the pan for credit card fraud. Now you out here bringing this expensive house home, but we gotta live here together, all this stuff. And Cello is a beautiful woman, but when she agreed to try and work it out with him fresh out of prison, I did not think that he was ready, because Briscoe's on TV. Briscoe's experiencing a little bit of the fame that he experienced once in a blue moon before he went behind bars. And that fame comes with a lot of issues, a lot of demons. You got all these women, drugs, life. There's all these party life that comes along with it. Do I feel like he was ready to be a family man? Nah, because prior to trying to get back with Cello, he was out there hitting on Joy. So it was proof positive, because Cello was asked, how's your relationship going? She said that they were building at it, they were working at it, but then we find out Chameleon is in the bag with Kendall. Chameleon tells us that she has a lot to say about this whole dynamic, because she hasn't had her period yet. And I'm just like, who is the father? But she came out and she looked at Briscoe and she said, hey, daddy. I was like, oh, Briscoe, you done put your biscuits in her too? You just want everybody's briskets. But Briscoe didn't seem like he, Cello's out there hitting him, talking about, I can't believe you did this to me, because she's on TV being embarrassed yet again that he's been doing for years to her, even though she has his kids and he wants to build a family with her. He keeps humiliating her publicly. Then she's beating him up, and then Claudia asked him, did it go further than the kiss that we saw in the video with him and Chameleon? And he said, of course. Like, he didn't even try to deny it or say, no, man, it just kind of happened. I really don't want to go into details. That he was just like flat out, yes, it did. And he was just acting like Cello and him weren't even together. Like, she wouldn't even sit next to him, and everything. Then it didn't stop there. The drama continues, and they bring out Chameleon, and she announces that she could potentially be having another kids by him in 9 months or so. And then on top of that, you got Miami Tip jumped into the conversation and said that Briscoe had been telling everybody, and then her included, that Cello left her when he was in prison. She abandoned him. They're not together. And because he lied to her as well, he was able to get in with her, because Miami Tip was also messing with Briscoe. Briscoe was fucking Miami Tip, Chameleon, and Cello all at the same time. Lady number 4 needs to come out the closet, because there's somebody else. I guarantee you it's not just those three, because he was just smiling. It was like no remorse. And when Cello is sitting up there being embarrassed and Shay giving her a hug, because it's a lot for you to deal with, trying to give another man a chance, I said it in the finale, I said it before. Briscoe has not changed. Cello, the fact that you keep taking him back every time that he does this to you, lets him know that all he has to do is apologize, buy you something expensive, and you'll just try again. You'll hold him down, and he'll just keep doing this over and over and over and over again, because he's sitting there and Cello's cussing him out. He's like, you gonna watch your fucking mouth? She goes, I'm not gonna watch nothing, motherfucker. She was pissed the hell off, and she was disrespecting him because she felt embarrassed and he disrespected her. This fool's gonna say, we still a family. We're gonna have to talk about this. You should have thought about we still a family of why you're out here lying to me. It's very simple, Briscoe. You could have said to Cello, yo, I'm not ready to have a relationship. You wanted us to have a break. Let's have a break. I'm just not ready. I want to go out here and install my royal oats or whatever it is and just have fun. And then when I'm ready to build a family, if you're still available, I'll come for you. Why lie to her, say that you want your family back, but then you out here doing this? What's the point? You just want her to stay there to wipe your diapers when you get old, while you keep playing around on her while you're still young? There ain't no way I'm wasting my youth, investing my time on somebody, and your ass is going to do something stupid like that. We're going to have a different conversation. I don't know who it was, that lady that cut off somebody's dick for cheating on her, but I'm feeling them vibes if I'm going to waste my time with you. Then we got the next scene, Trick's health, and Trina comes back. Trina comes back and they're talking about Trick's health, because y'all know he has lupus. And the same conversation comes up. Trick has not changed. Trick is in denial. He feels like everybody in his family has kept up the same behavior, the same eating habits, and nothing's happened to them. So what will happen to me? Trick, that's stupid, because not everybody's body operates the same way. There are people out there with HIV strain that progresses and that doesn't even work with the medication in their system. It fights it, that they just end up dying. You're wondering why. Why is my body rejecting this this pill while this other person is able to sustain it. So your body is not necessarily going to operate the same way that your family members are. So when you got your 10, I think he has 10 kids that are his kids and his god kids and shit like that depend on him, why wouldn't you want to extend your life? And you got Joy's financing that she'll be back with you if you fix yourself. But he's saying that everybody's treating him like a cancer patient because they're not letting him enjoy himself and have Patron. Maybe you can have Patron if you everything else you do in your life, where it's what you eat, vegetables, how you take care of yourself is healthier. Then every now and then if you want to treat yourself, you can. But I understand that this system, okay, this system happened to use African Americans as experiments. I've heard so many fucked up ass stories recently with the whole COVID situation that we hear in that damn newspaper when somebody wanted to go to some remote country, some remote village in Africa and test the vaccine, or some poor villagers don't even have education, don't even know what it is. And I thought that was crazy as hell. So I understand why Trick is not really interested in using Western medicine to try and rectify his health. He's not interested because he feels like it ain't gonna do nothing but sit up there and take, notes and samples and how it affected my body, when you can sit up there and actually focus on the cure. But they're not gonna do that because, they make a lot of money from those things like this, from health issues. United States makes a lot of money. Pharmaceutical companies make a lot of money from people being sick. So they're not really forthcoming or willing to find a cure for a lot of things. It's just not it. It won't be helpful. And then there's the whole funding issue. But he said that was the main issue, and he just wants everybody to know that he's okay. But I'm looking at him and I'm saying, bro, you're not okay. You're not okay, because people out here who see your daily life, and especially when you're telling us now that you have high blood pressure too, he's saying, oh, it's because everybody around me knows, it's because of what you eat too. You got that soul food restaurant, the food's probably bomb because Snoop was just there. But it may not be good for you. You may just be good for everybody else, But he's just a little bit in denial, and I feel bad because I really want him and Trina to him and Joy to get back together and really build a relationship. But that's only going to be done if you're going to be here. She don't want nobody who's dying or who might be, not healthy to be actually do what they need to do when you're in a relationship with somebody. Go out, sleep together, things like that. Then we got HipHop and her sister's situation. Her sister's kids come into conversation, and she says that she doesn't have plan B. That her plan B is this music and this career, and if it doesn't work, she doesn't have plan B. I don't think that was wise. I do feel like HipHop is very talented, and she has the potential to become a good star with her music. But I look at Sukiana, I look at Chameleon, I look at Miami Tip, I look at all these other people, Amara, I look at, MJ, I look at, Tokyo, Akbar, Light Skin Keisha, all these people who are also gunning for the same exact thing. And in this industry, it's not like musicians are in short supply, like engineers or doctors or nurses. You are not in short supply. So it's more so like you're waiting for that big break. And God forbid you don't get that break, you need to have something to fall back on, especially when you're saying that you have kids that depend on you. Now, Trick tried to give a little bit of nuggets, saying, when I was young, my mama had 10 baby daddies. And I was like, God damn. 10. She couldn't make a choice. But apparently she had 10 baby daddies, and apparently out of all that, he felt like he had to hustle, because obviously if you have 10 kids by 10 different men, somebody got to feed them. And if you're not getting anything, you got to figure out a way to get your money. So he was hustling. If he had to wash cars, he washed cars. If he had to, sell, stamps or sell something, he did. He had other hustles to get money while he's waiting for his career to take off. HipHop might need to do the same thing. Then they asked her about her relationship with a guy who was married, and we could tell she's with him because she said it's critical, which means you're still interacting with him. But they asked her about the marriage. Is he going through a divorce? She's going to say something like, well, I don't know what's going on with his baby mamas and that. Girl, I don't know why you chose to take Briscoe's advice. Look at him now. He's out here with Chameleon claiming she got a baby by him coming in, maybe because her period didn't come in. You got Miami Tip saying that she's also screwing him. Joy got away scot-free, thank God for her. Then you got Cello looking stupid on the couch, and that's the person who gave you advice to go back to the man who's married. So you can end up in the same situation as he is? Because what I noticed about a lot of black men, they don't respect a lot of women because of what they feel like they see in the rap world or TV world. It's disrespectful for you as a man to be out here with a family talking about what to fix my family. I just got out of prison. I'm very pissed off that my son missed me and he didn't have that family life. I was gone. The woman gives you a chance, and you got 2 females out here making her look like an ass. Like, what kind of nonsense does that make? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that Nicki Natural, they asked her about the situation with growing up in a hard neighborhood, struggling neighborhood. What's that like? And Bobby kind of pointed to her because they wanted her to maybe say something useful, express her own struggle. This heifer says, I got 3 baby daddies and I don't know their struggle because they're there for me, for my baby. I said, damn, Nicki, I don't see you come back next season because you just dumb. You don't even know how to keep yourself on the show. Then Sukiana's kids come into topic, right? They show her kids. Sukiana's out here talking about how, I guess I'm not going to use her term, but females from the ghetto have the best PUSSY and whatnot. And Claudia Jordan's like, no, ghetto females are not the only ones who got that, So wink, wink. I said, girl, put me on the list because I'm on there too. But we got Sukiana's kids being discussed, and she said that she used to steal chicken. And all I could think about was that scene in the movie Precious when she went to the chicken restaurant and she stole that bucket of chicken and ran out because she was pregnant and she wasn't eating because of my house. That was the thing that popped into my head when she said that she was stealing chicken and taking it home to her kids. I was like, Precious. I feel bad for thinking that, but that was what popped into my head when she said that. The struggle is real. If you out here stealing chicken from your job to take down to your kids, Sukiana is a real one. She tells it like she is. She has no embarrassment from what she does to do whatever she needs to do. She'll do it and she'll own up to it. And that's what I love about her personality. And she's funny. Talking about I'm a fan favorite. She is hilarious. And I really do hope that her career takes off because I like her character and I like her authenticity. I really do. Then we got Hood Brat in the same conversation talking about how you can see a dark-skinned man with a white woman and they won't say nothing, or you see a dark-skinned woman with a white man and nobody says nothing, but it's always a dark man with a that will sit up there and disrespect other dark women. And I absolutely agree because we got Stevie J talking about lace fronts in Miami, on Love and Hip Hop Miami, as if his girl don't wear lace fronts, or as if black people are the only ones who wear wigs in general. We didn't even start wearing weaves. It wasn't wigs or weaves. It wasn't our thing. If y'all look in history, look at the old British judges and lawyers. They had that ugly ass white pale ass wig that they would wear on the normal basis. They were supposed to signify class. They were wearing that. Some countries still wear it. In Nigeria, the court system still wear the ugly ass blonde wig to go to court. Like all that, you put it on us as if we're the ones who started it. I think we perfected the crap because we got the lace fronts that look bomb as hell, because the ones they were wearing way back then look a hot ass mess. It look like little sheep wool on their head trying to copy hair like wool and just looking a hot mess. So you got other black men putting down black women, making it seem like we don't know what we're doing. Then you got Snoop making a comment recently saying, why don't you grow your own hair? Stop it, please. Stop commenting negatively on what we are doing. If you are a black man and you want to speak on anything about us, you need to do whatever you need to do to uplift us. Because as it stands, a majority of black women are out here taking care of your kids, and you always got a mouth, but you're not over here being supportive. So stop being stereotypical and being a statistic and help us lift us, because a lot of us women will stick with you when you do fuck shit. And then when it's time for you to be supported, you don't do nothing. For real. Then she was right. Then we got the ratchetness keep going because they kept talking about the PUSSY all the way to the end. Then Claudia decided to go around the table and have everybody talk about the experiences and what they learned. I honestly don't understand what JoJo was doing on that stage. She didn't play a single role on this stage. She didn't speak not one time, not when I recall. She didn't do anything, bring anything to the show. Shay only had her scene where she made Amara and MJ her storyline, so she didn't have much to say either. So Bobby only interjected in every single person's business and just had like the commentary. He should have been Kendall in the back. I don't know how some of these people were on the cast when they didn't contribute anything to the show. So I'm kind of skeptical about what we're going to see next season, who they're going to, bring up. But the reunion ended with a bang. I was very happy to see it. Go ahead and check out my next review, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Enjoy, because that one was also very informative. Bye.